I'm making this video because I want to talk about the things that you need to know before you buy your first Chanel bag. I do know there are a lot of people like myself who want to understand more about Chanel, styles, all the things. My name is Cathy, if we haven't met, and my favorite topics are beauty, fashion, luxury, and lifestyle. I have a friend who says that I glow whenever I talk about Chanel, so prepare yourself for the glow up.
Chanel.
I'm making this video because I wish it existed when I first started looking at Chanel, because all I knew about Chanel was the classic flap. For me, knowledge is power. As your YouTube friend, it's my job to make sure that you don't buy bad Chanel. So the first thing you need to consider before you buy Chanel are the styles. Chanel handbag styles are broken up into two separate categories: classic bags and seasonal bags. The most readily available bags are the Chanel classic styles. So the first style that everybody thinks of Chanel is the Chanel classic flap. Most people think of this as the original Chanel bag, but it was created by Karl Lagerfeld in the 1980s and has since become synonymous with Chanel. The classic flap is known for its rectangular shape, its turn lock closure, the distinctive straps. It's more commonly referred to as the Chanel classic flap or the Chanel classic. The Chanel classic flaps come in either a diamond or a chevron quilting, and most commonly either in a lambskin, a caviar, or an exotic leather. When you hear people talk about the classic bags, you'll either hear the term double or single flap. The newer bags have a double flap. The double flap just means that there's another flap inside the bag. For example, this bag is a single flap. If you open it up, there is no internal flap. Where in a double flap, there would be an additional compartment. A lot of people like the double flaps because they feel like they keep the structure better. With double flaps, it's a little bit harder to get into the bag. For most of these classic flaps, there's a back pocket. Anything that I need easy access to, I put it in the back pocket. The OG Chanel bag is the Chanel reissue. I personally love the reissue. It's a very unique bag. This is the bag that Coco Chanel made. The Chanel reissue is also called the 2.55 bag. The original Chanel bag debuted in February of 1955, hence the name 2.55. The reissue features the original Mademoiselle lock closure. The interlocking CCs that have become synonymous with Chanel was actually added by Karl Lagerfeld in the 80s. Branding on the reissue is very, very understated, and reissues come in this crinkled calfskin that I also really love. It's super durable. The reissue also has like a cool little inner pocket where Coco Chanel used to hide her love letters. The classic is more popular in the US, while the reissue is more popular in Europe. So next up is the boy bag. The boy bag was created by Karl Lagerfeld in 2011. I remember when this bag came out because it was like a new fresh breath of air. People were so thirsty for the boy bag. In my opinion, the boy bag took the Chanel world by storm when it came out in 2011. What differentiates the boy bag from the classic flap to me are: one, the turn lock has square over the interlocking CCs. In addition to having a different clasp, it has a totally different chain. So when the boy bag came out, it was seen as more modern. It was more of a street style bag. I've seen so many different boy bags. My favorite ones are either the ones with the chevron or the quilts. I would say the boy bag was so popular in 2011. It has since lost some of its appeal, so keep that in mind if you buy a boy bag that you plan to resell. Don't let that keep you from buying a boy bag, because there is still a lot of demand for the boy bags. They are still being made every year by Chanel. The most recent classic style that's been added is the Chanel 19, which was created by Karl Lagerfeld in 2019. The Chanel 19, I feel like, has launched a lot of the trends that we're seeing right now. It is a very pillowy, slouchy bag, where compared to the classic flap is very structured, a little bit rigid. The Chanel 19 has a different clasp. The Chanel classic flaps have interwoven straps. Chanel 19 strap has mixed metals. For those people who like gold and silver, it's perfect. The next classic style is the Gabrielle Hobo. So the Gabrielle Hobo bag has a very structured bottom, and the top is a little bit more slouchy. The first time I saw this bag, I didn't even know it was a Chanel bag. This is the perfect bag for people who want a Chanel bag that doesn't look like a Chanel bag. It's very discreet. It's not my favorite. I have a friend I know who's gonna leave a comment about how she loves this bag and she thinks it should be everybody's first bag, but I want a bag that looks like it's a Chanel bag. Those are all the classic Chanel shapes, but I hear people all the time mention the wallet on the chain. The wallet on the chain is essentially a shrunken down Chanel. Most people don't call it a wallet on a chain. Most people call it a walk. To me, it's an SLG, aka a small leather good, but they've become so popular and the demand is so great that a lot of people are including them as a Chanel classic style. They do make them year after year in the classic colors and in seasonal, so for a lot of people, a wallet on a chain is a great entry-level Chanel bag. Let's just add it to be complete. So those are all the classic Chanel styles. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. So there's a ton of seasonal bags. Popular seasonal bag that I've been seeing a lot of lately is the Chanel Coco handle. And if you're on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen the Chanel vanity case. That is a seasonal bag. Seasonal bags are the fun side of Chanel. Most seasonal bags don't return, so that can make their resale price a little bit unreliable. Just keep that in mind if you're buying a seasonal bag that you're thinking that you might later resell. The upside of seasonal bags is they're more rare. The next thing you need to consider when buying your first Chanel is the material. Chanel comes in so many different leathers, fabrics. Well, first let's talk about the leathers. Most people who know anything about leather are familiar with the lambskin and caviar. The Chanel reissues also come in a crinkled calfskin, and I know a lot of the Chanel 19s come in a lambskin and a goatskin, which is, I think, a little bit more durable. There is also patent leather. Of those leathers, I really think the most popular two are lambskin or caviar. I love the look of lambskin. It is shiny, but it's not patent leather. Lambskin just looks luxurious. The downside of lambskin, it is softer, it shows more wear and tear. If you are one of those people that you're just gonna baby your bag, or this is a bag that you're gonna carry like every so often, I say get lambskin. If you're like me and you beat up bags, you take a $5,000 bag and you put it through the paces, you need caviar. Caviar is much more durable, it's much more hard wearing. Also, in the United States, there's more of a demand for caviar bags in resale. So if that's something that you're thinking of, caviar is where you need to go. Because there's a greater demand for caviar on the resale market, caviar is more expensive in resale. My prized pupil right here is actually a canvas bag. This bag, a black caviar leather, is very hard to find. There's also tweeds. My favorite tweed bags are the Chanel 19. Those bags are a little bit slouchy. The tweed is more forgiving of the slouchiness, where I think some of the leather bags might crease over time. The tweed on the Chanel 19s, I think over time is gonna age much better, in my opinion. The other materials like denim, felt, velvet, etc. are always seasonal bags. I love Chanel denim bags. Oh my gosh. My favorite Chanel mini is a light denim. It's gorgeous. It's super expensive. It's super rare. If I do see a denim, it's either a light denim or a dark denim, similar to what you see in jeans. When it comes to Chanel seasonal bags, Chanel does a lot in terms of different fabrics. For most people's first Chanel bag, they're more than likely going for a leather. But like I said, if you want a super unique seasonal bag, you're more than likely going to be going for one of these different fabrics. The next thing you need to consider is size. The classic Chanel bags come in different sizes. This bag is a maxi. This is the largest classic size. The smaller sizes are small, medium, jumbo, which is the large, and the maxi, which is the extra large. The Chanel Classic Flaps also come in minis, and they can be a mini square, but also a mini rectangle. My favorite is actually the mini square, because I feel like it's a little bit more versatile. The mini square to me looks like a different bag versus the mini rectangle, which I think just looks like a shrunken down version of the Classic Flap. The mini is super cute, it's very functional. A very popular size is the walk or the wallet and the chain, which to me the walk size is a little bit more casual, where the mini size can be casual or much more dressed up. The first time I tried this bag on, I thought it was a jumbo. In my mind, I was like, I cannot wear a maxi. A maxi is a huge bag. But I've since learned that this bag is a maxi. I had a preconceived notion of what size bag looked good on me. So now that I have a maxi, it's opened my eyes that Chanel has different size bags for every occasion. This to me is a very good everyday size bag. But this is not a bag that I would wear as an evening bag with a nice cocktail dress. It is too big. So the reissue comes in 4 sizes, the 224, 225, 226, and 227. There was a 228 size, but I do believe it's since been discontinued. The boy bag comes in 5 sizes: mini, small, medium, new medium, and large. The Chanel 19 comes in small, the large, and the maxi. The Gabrielle Hobo comes in small, medium, and large. There's also a backpack that comes in a small and a medium. If you've never tried on a Chanel bag, I definitely say go in there, try on the different sizes. Stores are opening back up. Don't be shy. Go into a Chanel store. If you're too intimidated to go into a Chanel boutique, I say pop into Neiman Marcus or Saks. I do recommend trying on as many sizes as possible to get a feel of what is your ideal size. The next thing to consider before you buy your first Chanel bag is the strap. Each Chanel bag style has its own strap. So this is the Chanel Classic Flap. The Chanel Classic Flap has interwoven straps. That means whatever fabric the bag is made out of is interwoven with the hardware. The Chanel Classic Flap I can definitely wear in different ways. I often wear this bag as a shoulder bag, and because of the way this bag is set up, I can also wear it as a crossbody. The reissue comes with a chain strap. They have alternating straight and circular links without any leather or fabric interwoven. It's an all metal strap. The boy bag has a chunky chain strap known as the gourmet strap. I feel like it's almost half chain, half belt. The Gabrielle Hobo bag has a double chain strap, which allows it, like most of the other Chanel bags, to wear it in different ways. The Chanel 19 has a 2-tone chain strap. As I mentioned before, it is perfect for people who don't want to choose between gold hardware or silver hardware. You get both. It is the best of both worlds, especially if you're into mixed metals. The only downside I can say about the Chanel straps is they're not detachable. I personally think the Chanel straps are gorgeous by themselves and I would never change them, but you might be one of those people that you're like, I wish I could change my strap. If that's something you like, you cannot do that with Chanel. The one thing I do like about most Chanel bags is most Chanel bags, especially the bags like the classic, the Gabrielle Hobo, they allow the bags to be multifunctional, multi-use. But I can also wear them as a crossbody bag. Straps do have different lengths depending on your height. I'm 5'6", I'm a pretty average height. I've never had a problem with any of the straps not looking good on me, but I'll say if you're on the shorter side or you're on the taller side, I recommend going to a store, try on the bag that you're interested in and see how the straps are. They're fixed in length, they're not detachable. So you can do things like double them up. I say try on the different straps. Next up is hardware. The original Chanel bags were 24 karat gold plated. The bags went from being 24 karat gold plated to being 18 karat gold plated. Now they're not even gold plated at all. I prefer vintage bags just because of that. This gold is gorgeous. It is rich. This gold is as rich as I want to be. The original Chanel bags were all in this 24 karat gold hardware, but not everybody likes gold hardware. Chanel bags come in so many different hardware finishes. In addition to the vintage gold hardware, they do have the current gold hardware, which is it's a little bit more subtle. There's silver hardware. I have a lot of warmth in my skin. I look great in gold hardware, but I feel like if you have a lot of cool tones in your skin, you may look better in the silver. If you do have other bags, take a look at the hardware of the other bags. What are you gravitating towards? That will inform the choices that you make for your Chanel hardware. For those of you who don't like silver, gold, any of that, Chanel has ruthenium. The ruthenium is a little bit more antique, it's a little bit more aged, it's more like a gunmetal. Chanel also has black hardware. The black to me is super edgy, super modern, super sleek. The hardware finishes are all about what you want. For me, I want rich, luxurious, so I want the 24 karat gold. Think about how you want your first bag to look and then make a decision on the hardware. On most Chanel bags, the hardware is going to be throughout. This bag has gold hardware on the clasp, it has on the strap, even the grommets here. Make sure you like the hardware that you choose. You may not care. For me, I really do care. What hardware do you gravitate towards most? Let me know in the comments. Another thing I think you need to consider before you buy your first Chanel bag is the price. I'm not gonna quote any prices. Chanel could have changed the price by the time I filmed this video and have it edited and uploaded. There was already one Chanel price increase this year. There's a rumor of another one. The price increases suck. I'm just gonna post the current prices. Every time I quote a price, the price will change. Nobody likes the Chanel price increases. The only upside of Chanel price increases is your bag will appreciate. But there's no worse feeling than thinking you want to buy a bag and waiting a week or a month and then realizing that the bag has gone up. I'm filming this video in 2021. We're just coming out of a global pandemic. Chanel, like all other brands and manufacturers, was not immune to it. I feel like most of my favorite brands have increased their prices. Chanel price increases have been a little bit painful though. I know for certain Chanel sizes and shapes, the price increases have been at least 5%. That's a lot. Before you buy your first Chanel, you need to at least know what the price ranges are because we all have a budget. Even Melinda Gates does not have an unlimited budget when it comes to what she wants to buy. Once you figure out bag style you like, the fabric, the hardware, that's gonna inform the price. If you are in the market for a Chanel bag, definitely keep an ear out for price increases because they're coming. I think there's one supposed to be coming either in July or August. Don't quote me. But there was a price increase in the beginning of the year. There's another price increase rumored to be coming later on this year. Just be prepared. In case you see the bag that you love and it's $5,000 and then you come back and it's $5,500, you now know what happened. The last thing I think you need to consider before buying your first Chanel bag is if you want a new Chanel bag or if you want a vintage. I myself personally love vintage bags. There are certain qualities like the 24 karat gold plated hardware that exist only in the vintage bag that make me prefer a vintage bag. But you could be a person where you just want a brand new bag fresh out of the store. You don't want to deal with the pre-owned resale market. I totally understand. It's something to consider. If you are thinking about getting a new bag, Chanel does not sell its bags online. You may see them online. You may go to the Chanel website and see bags and you see the prices. You cannot add these bags to cart. Chanel will not let you do that. The first time I tried to buy a Chanel bag, I went online, no add to cart. They told me to call. I called and I said, okay, I want this bag, put it on my card. Chanel would not even let me buy my first bag over the phone. If your first bag is going to be new, you need to buy it at an authorized Chanel retailer, which is either the Chanel boutique or you need to go to Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman. If you don't live in the US, there are brands like Harrods that definitely carry Chanel. The only Chanel bags that you're able to buy online are pre-owned, pre-loved bags that you can buy from a resale site. that's something to consider. I made this video because I had so many questions when I started my Chanel journey. I was never able to find a good YouTube video that told me all the things that I need to consider before I bought Chanel. Hopefully I answered a lot of your questions. I am planning to do a what should my first Chanel bag be video. Let me know in the comments if there are other Chanel videos you'd like me to do. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.